Are you not happy with the way you feel? Maybe you're not happy with the way you look. See Dr. Robin Owens today at Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center in Lincoln for a consultation about a program that will change your life. Ask about the red light therapy weight loss program. Also, nutrition counseling too. You'll look and feel better. Get that confidence back with a visit to Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center, located at 644 Clark Drive in Lincoln. Online at ProWellnessNC.com. Like them on Facebook too.
It's Christmas time. Yeah, that's right. Christmas time in July at ProMotion Motors. ProMotion Motor Company has over 90 vehicles in its inventory, including Jeep Wranglers, pickup trucks, SUVs, gas savers that would all look great beneath your Christmas or palm tree. Serving Lincoln County and surrounding areas for 24 years, ProMotion Motor Company has finance plans for the first-time buyers, good credit, bad credit, even on-the-lot financing. So come treat yourself with a Christmas in July gift at ProMotion Motor Company, located at 2527 East Main Street, Lincoln, or call them at 704-735-0303. Visit them online at promotionmotors.com and like them on Facebook.
And good morning. Good Saturday morning. Glad to have you with us. David Keever along with Brett Keever, Mike Powell, and Lenny Anthony this morning here on this beautiful Saturday morning. Clear skies outside. I'm trying to check the temperature right here as we speak. You ever look at your phone and then I know you guys know. Mike probably does this.
What's that?
Brett, no. I look at my phone and then I forget which icon that, or whatever they're called that I need to be hitting for certain things. You know, it's just you get so used to it that I remember where they are, but if they move, you know how you can move them around and stuff, then it just throws me off. But I finally got the weather up, and it's a crisp 32 degrees. High school football games last night, not quite as cold as they were
bad
7 days ago. So not quite as cold, but we're going to talk about that a little bit. I don't know if you get this far. I started to say a couple surprises last night in the 8 games in the state of North Carolina, but maybe not. Maybe not. Speaking of states as well, guys, we know that Tommy Knotts picked up another ring yesterday in the state of South Carolina. I don't know who they beat or who they played. There's just some gentlemen around us last night, a couple guys we talked to from Kings Mountain that were saying that he had won his earlier. I don't know what time of day they would have played, but they won it earlier yesterday. And I just wonder how many state titles now that man has.
Double digits,
to his
obviously.
name. I would think so. He won. Did he win all of them at Independence?
He's one of the first four, too. Oh, you talking about North Carolina? Talking about North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, North
It was.
Carolina.
I mean, I couldn't remember if he had the long run at Independence or if it was.
Did he win it at West Charlotte?
Or,
He got to
he
the
got
finals.
there
Yeah,
at West Charlotte,
Remember.
but he
It was
did.
at Harding first.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We got them there,
Yeah.
but lost to Garner. I actually saw that game at the old whatever the football field is down there now.
Memorial Stadium.
Memorial
used to be.
Stadium. Yes.
On the Shrine Bowl at one time.
At that time, is that what you said?
At one time.
Or not? Or now? I think that thing's moving around now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I almost didn't even realize I was on the ESPN page this morning. I pulled it up, and it's an advertisement. You guys may know. I don't know. Just tell me if you know or not. Don't look over here, Mike. Who is in the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte?
I heard this. I didn't see it. I just saw it the other day.
Wow.
Brett don't know.
No.
I didn't know till I looked this morning.
Charlotte Knapp, isn't it?
Well, that's not what I got.
Is it not?
No, the Duke's Bowl in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, the bowl game. Yeah,
Virginia Tech is Virginia Tech.
it is Virginia Tech.
What I was thinking.
And if you look over here at my screen, you can probably see the logo.
What I was thinking, they have that preseason thing, now.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe it's App and UNC Charlotte next year first game.
Oh,
that's
good.
when you said that. That's the reason I thought.
Both with new coaches.
Both with new coaches. I believe it's App and UNC Charlotte. I believe.
Good way to kick things off. Good morning, Hooks. Hooks saying good morning to the STG crew this morning. Glad to have him with us. An early riser today is Hooks. It's Minnesota. The Gophers of Minnesota.
Boy, Minnesota and Vodka.
Boy, that
really makes me want to.
Get your tickets.
Makes me with Mike's response then leads right into my question. Will that game sell out?
I just don't. Now Vodtech does travel.
I was going to. Next question: will the bottom sell out? Will the lower level?
Yeah, they'll have to close off the upper
sell
level
out
for that one.
Put some curtains up, try and hide it. Put some of those cardboard people. What was that sport they used to have? Was it baseball? They'd have cardboard people.
Baseball.
And you could get yours put up for a certain price. You could get your cardboard picture sitting in the stadium. Hadn't seen those in quite a while, though. Ned says, good morning, guys. If you did info you did not ask for this morning, only one game last night was 8 points or less. That's amazing, isn't it?
It was
only one of the 8 high school football games last night was 8 or less, and that was Roseville beating Cardinal Gibbons, he says, by 7. So the closest game last night in the round of 8, in the round of 8 from each side was.
They played, Roseville of Cardinal Gibbons.
The game that I saw last night was kind of the tale of two games. Mike and myself. And
tale of two cities. I mean halves.
Yeah, it was. Was Hickory after 30 wins in a row. The streak came to an end last night.
Yep,
with a
halt.
Loss against West Charlotte. And Mike, it looked like early in that game, though, and Brett was there too. With us and several others, Scott Cloninger and Don Revels, Marty Holbrook. Good morning, Monty Mossteller as well here. But it looked like, early on that there might be a rout in Hickory's favor.
Yeah.
The way it started. 2 quick touchdowns to start the game. West Charlotte having trouble doing anything with the ball. And they did, it was a 7-6 game because West Charlotte went for 2. It was just a 7-6 game right off the bat. And, then Hickory scored again to go up 14.
On their first 2 possessions, right?
First 2 possessions. The first 3 possessions total, there were 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But then Hickory had some opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
But couldn't get it in the end zone.
That was so key.
It was kind of a bend but don't break West Charlotte defense there for the first half. But it just seemed like after the break they just took control of that game.
Hickory couldn't move the ball.
Hickory had trouble in short yardage situations. Boy. Once they got inside the 20, that's where they just couldn't maneuver for some reason.
Their goal line offense, where they just line up in the Wildcat and give it to the big back, Isaiah Lackey. I mean, West Charlotte just.
And he may have been injured a little bit last night. He took a couple big-time hits.
Took a shot. He went out. It looked like a knee. He came back and played. I'm not sure he was 100%.
As did the receiver, Little.
Yep. He had a bad. Yeah, he was blanketed.
He was.
Then he got hit. He took a huge hit on a play, and I don't know. He wasn't much of a factor. The Duke signee.
Yeah. So but hats off to Hickory. You got to hand them. You got to give it to them. Yep, 30 wins in a row, a state title. Yeah. Will they be back in the mix next year? New realignment and all that kind of stuff. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I can't imagine that they're not going to be. It may not have all the weapons that they have on this team and the type weapons and the quarterback, obviously, that has been so good
And
for
the
him
running
for 3
back,
years.
Lackey, he's a
Yep,
senior.
he is. And but they, I don't know if their JVs went undefeated this year. I know they did last year,
Did they?
and this year they might have done the same thing. I don't know.
They'll
But,
probably be competitive. I
they're
just
gonna
don't.
be-
I don't
they're gonna be-
see. I don't see them continuing what they've had.
well, that's tough to do.
It
Win
is hard
30
to
in a
do.
row. If I had to bet against 30 in a row, I would bet
Yeah.
against 30 in a row.
Yeah.
'Cause,
and we don't know what their
and
destination
I'd
will
say
be.
that about any team.
Or we don't even know. I mean, anymore, you can't even predict. Will coaches be back? Will players be back? Your roster? I don't know. Even for guys an underclassmen, does that necessarily mean he's going to come back?
Who'll be in the portal? Is that what you're getting at? Who'll be in the high school portal? Thank you, Hooks, for reminding here, asking for prayers for a defensive coach, North Lincoln coach Mark Ludwig. Heard that this week. Mark, a good friend of mine for a long time, known him for a long time, ever since he moved to the Lincoln area. Going to have quadruple bypass, and atrium in Pineville, awaiting surgery. I think that surgery is on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Hooks that he's got coming up, but yep, good guy, defensive line coach for North Lincoln. Wish him the best. Prayers for him, and what he's going to have to go through over the next. I guess the good news is they know it's there,
Right.
and the better news is he's getting it fixed Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then, of course, it'll be a recovery,
Yep.
but good luck to him.
They get you out of the hospital though pretty quick now.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a baby, you're out by noon,
I know it.
and if you have open heart surgery, you're probably home by dark. So it don't they don't want you in there too long anymore. And also, I heard this morning, we know Randy Moss had been sick and what he's got going on. I heard this morning it was liver cancer.
Oh.
And Lanny
I
said
had
his
not heard
surgery
that.
was yesterday in Charlotte. Is where he had a surgery. But I think if I heard correctly, he's still got to go through chemo and radiation, or at least one of those two, before. Is it chemo? Well, I'm not a doctor and don't play one on TV, so I don't know which cancers they use chemo on and which ones they use radiation on, and sometimes it's both. And but wish him the best as well, and hopefully he got it caught in time. Also, I think he does a really good job. We know what kind of job he did on the playing field. I think he does a good job as an analyst too on those pregame shows.
Yeah, the pregame.
Yep.
ESPN.
On ESPN, yeah. On the high school football circuit last night, though, Hickory's final score. Hickory did get a late touchdown. They West Charlotte wins 36-20. West Charlotte will now face Grimsley, and this is the game I was telling Lanny about. This one blew my mind.
Fayetteville, 70.
I'm sorry. I'm putting them in 4A. I'm trying to put them in 4A.
Not quite.
Thank
There'll
you.
be an 8A next year, but don't put them.
West Charlotte will.
West
Yes.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fayetteville 71st, which is who Hickory beat last year in the state title game. 71st last night. Just I couldn't believe this score. They just shellacked Jacksonville 43-7.
Yeah.
In that one, I didn't realize Fayetteville 71st had to have a loss during the season. Brett, you might see who they lost to, because they were a 13 seed, or they are a 13 seed. They would have been much higher if they had been undefeated. You know, they'd had to be. So they either had one.
They're 15-0.
Huh?
I bet they're the
their
13th ranked
state
team
ranking.
in the
Their
state.
state ranking.
overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
State ranking, yeah.
Yeah, that's their overall state
Yeah,
ranking.
they were at home the whole.
Okay. And
5
them and
rounds.
Jacksonville were 13-14, which is still a little bit of a surprise in the state. I mean, you expect, I don't know, if the 4A teams dominate the state
Ranking, max prep.
Yeah, max prep rankings, you would think that the 3As would be close to follow, but I guess obviously though Hickory was ahead of those, weren't they, in the rankings? Hickory was 11. Yes, West Charlotte was 9. Hickory was 11 in the state rankings going into. You guys ever look at the Simmons projections? Brett, you do.
Yeah.
How did it have Hickory and
Oh well, I'll have to look. I don't.
Okay, I just
I don't
wondered.
just.
I thought maybe.
I don't just know. I think it did have West Charlotte.
Right. I got another message here from Ned and one from Jason. We'll get to in just a second, but I don't think Ned has even mentioned that it's Army Navy.
I was going to say
Yeah.
it's
What
got
is
to
he
be his
waiting on?
game.
What is he waiting on?
Yeah,
It is, and it might be in this message.
anchors
I'm not
away.
sure, but-
Ned,
anchors away.
where are you?
Simmons had West Charlotte by 5.
West Charlotte by 5.
Yeah.
Well, he was off a little. I guess my question is, did Simmons have?
Simmons went 7-1 last night.
Okay, should I guess?
Sure.
Corvian.
Yep, that was it.
Okay. Yep. The one
Simmons
that's
not
been a
quite
wild
as,
card.
not quite as good as I was last night.
Brett went 8-0. Brett went 8-0 in the picks yesterday. 8-0 in this round. It's one of the harder rounds.
This is one of the worst years I've had in Pick'ems, and I can't figure out why.
Mike, you were cruising right along to about 3 weeks ago.
I know.
You
It just
were.
fell apart.
And
I
you
had
had
a
a couple-
5-5 week, and I couldn't recover.
And yeah.
And enough followed by another 5-5 week.
Hey.
It was just,
Well,
and I do I look at Max Press.
I'll tell you what I
look at
did.
who they play.
I got 3 games back,
He did.
and I read NC Preps all week,
Did you?
seeing what the majority of people were saying,
Yeah.
and that's how I made my picks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's the way to go.
Yeah. Well,
Word to the
one thing they were
wise.
wrong about on NC Preps is West Charlotte claimed they were going to shut out Hickory.
Yeah. Well,
Last night.
one guy did.
Yeah. Well, Hickory should have had a 28-6 lead at the half, in my opinion. They
I agree.
Wandered
I
opportunities.
agree. They had an opportunity to.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity to have.
But
to
at
be up
credit,
3
let's give
touchdowns.
West
half.
Charlotte's defense all
Yeah.
the credit.
Yeah. West Charlotte's quarterback is a sophomore.
Yeah.
Didn't we hear one of their best defensive players is a freshman?
Yeah.
That last night.
Yeah.
On Friday night.
Yeah.
And they're going to a classification. If what I read is true about West Charlotte, they're going all the way to the highest class there is. They're going to be 8A.
8A.
But the thing is, Brett and I have looked at it. 8A won't be near as tough in football to win as 7A.
It's 7A.
7A is where most of the Charlotte Powers and the
Mallard Creek.
and the Raleigh ones and people like
Yeah.
that. That's they're going to be in 7A. And see, that's what happens whenever you don't split everybody equally.
Mm-hmm.
Don't split every class equally. That's going to be the 8A is going to be a class of 32, and everybody else is around
Mm,
60.
fit-
Fayetteville
55 or
71st
How is that fair?
has outscored their opponents 246 to 28
In
the playoffs. Yeah.
in just the playoffs. Can Tarboro beat that? That's what I was going to ask you. Did Simmons have Tarboro?
Yeah, but I bet
Tarboro by 50.
Tarboro's competition is not what Fayetteville.
2 weeks in a row,
71st has been.
Tarboro's had a running clock in the second quarter of a playoff.
He had Tarboro by 33.
Last night they were up 52 to something at halftime.
Yeah.
He had him by 33.
I
So
don't- yeah.
he,
Well,
he
he's
missed
right
it.
on
He
track.
missed it by 20
He's right on track.
because they won by 53.
Let's see.
Like Corey, correct.
Corvian only in its third year of organized football.
Okay. Hooks has sent me some proposals, and here's my question for Hooks. These definitely don't belong to the NCHSAA. So whose proposals are these? Are these Simmons? Because the North Carolina High School Athletic Association will have theirs first. Got that Hooks first proposals out this week.
Can't
They will come
wait.
out this week. But this is somebody, I'm guessing this might be Simmons here or something like that proposing. Hickory, Hunter Huss, Forest View, North Lincoln, Crest, North Gaston, East Lincoln, South Point. I'm going to guess he says South Point to Hunter Huss. No, South Point to Hickory is 48 miles. Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
say,
pretty spread out.
I'm going to say no on that one
And
because
Crest in there
I have
too?
heard
It's-
that the people that are in the Big South are about 98% sure that they'll be the people in the Big South after realignment.
To keep Gaston County
That's what they are.
together
That's what they are
again.
saying. That's what those schools are telling. Anyway, that they think they think that'll be the same. Lincoln. This is another one. The Foothills. Lincoln. Tell me who this is. Who this one belongs to? He said ask Mike Painter. He sent to me. This is the Mike Painter. We'll go with Mike Painter's projections. Lincoln, West Lincoln, Bessemer City, Pine Lake Prep, Union Academy, Piedmont Community.
Yeah, I saw this online.
Did you?
Looks terrible.
So whose was it?
Just a poster on NC Preps.
Just a poster on NC Preps.
Yeah.
Okay. So why am I even reading it?
No reason.
Lincoln Charter, Maiden, Bunker Hill, Newton Conover, Bandy's, West Iredale, Fred T. Ford, and East Burke. So, yep. I will wait. I will wait on the NCHSAs and see what we have. And if somebody,
it's fun to speculate.
If there's an inside guy out there and did a good job, I'll give him credit at that time if he's nailed these.
Mm-hmm.
But I would. I wouldn't think so. I can't. Why would you have? I don't know. Why would you have Lincoln Charter?
Oh, I know.
By themselves?
By themselves.
Yeah. As far as the Lincoln County team, Randy Moss was released at the hospital yesterday. Had surgery 6 days prior. Okay, that's from Jason. Good morning, Jason. This morning. Ned says South Carolina high school football shows they have 6 championship games at South Carolina State University in Orangeburg, Thursday and Friday, 2 p.m., 7:30. They take their football serious. It don't matter if it's school or not.
Yeah.
They're having their state championship games when they want to, right? Thursday and Friday. 2A and single A was Thursday. It says Friday was 5A Division 1. They got so many different things there. It's hard to calculate it here. 4A. Today's games are at noon and 6 p.m., 3A and 5A Division 2.
Yeah.
Dutch Fork Tommy Knott's won 35-31 over Summerville in South Carolina.
And that's their biggest class.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's the biggest class.
So I guess that's 5A Division 1.
Summerville, what was the legendary coach?
Yeah, who was
led
that
the nation?
legendary coach? Somerville.
Summerville had the coach.
Yeah, I
that was,
remember. I remember on TV when they had A.J. Green.
Yeah, it's like the all-time winners high school.
Yeah.
Ned
Right.
says that game was Friday at 2:00. So there you go. That's why it already finished by the time we got to.
And the one tonight
to
is
Hickory.
Northwestern and Irmo, the 5A Division 2.
That's the next level.
Hook
Yeah.
says so much for that. I guess he's picking about the yeah. Well, I don't. Hey, Hooks. I'm. I will say this: they could be 100% right. It could be somebody leaked out what the preliminaries will be. It could be that somebody leaked those out. So, Northwestern versus Irmo tonight. Let's see. Irmo. I knew what you meant with the U, Hooks, Irmo. But and then he tried to correct it, and spell check got him, and he put iron. And then he finally got Irmo. And then he got damn spell check. It spelled that right. That's the one that it got right. Oh man, I love spell check. Hey, you know what's the greatest thing is this voice activated stuff. Mike Power time he sends me one. I know it's voice activated because there's a word that's wrong and he corrects it at the bottom.
Right. Yeah. Voice.
I use it too, and a lot of them you just
comes
have to
out
go
with
back.
some unusual stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I won't tell people what you said to me a couple weeks ago.
John McKissick from Chris Knott. Hello, Chris.
How about
McKissick.
that? John McKissick was the how many coaches? I mean, how many wins did he coach? At Summerville. I don't know what the record was, and does he still hold it? We'll have to ask the Bull that. Does he?
The Bull.
Does he still hold that record today? Because I don't know. I don't even know. Who's North Carolina's? Is Tom Brown still? Wasn't Tom North Carolina's all-time winningest coach?
Who was the guy from Robbinsville?
I'm not sure. Yeah. Seemed like he had it at one time, but it's just like this. Records are made to be broken,
right.
And most of them will at some time. But might as well jump into this though. I'm not sure that the NFL all-times wins record will be broke anytime soon because the man
they're going to be delayed anyway.
The man closest to it is headed to college football.
Yeah.
They did.
Chapel
Laney,
Bill.
Laney didn't get my shirt printed up that I had ordered.
Yeah.
Said Carolina football still sucks.
He'll get to that.
So, what are your thoughts, Lenny, on the hiring of Bill Belichick?
Well, the first time I heard it, I thought this is just a publicity stuff. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I think I know he's got a 5-year contract. I'll be surprised if he's there 5 years.
Yeah. I will too.
I guess it'll depend on how the first year or two.
I honestly think as long as it's not a health issue, I think he'll stay for his contract.
The only thing I'll notice is, he's got it's a $10 million buyout to year one.
Mm-hmm.
But in the last 4 years, it drops to $1 million.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he gets the NFL hunger again or not.
Could be.
I thought Carolina. They kind of went outside the box, and I guess
Really?
they did that because that's the only way maybe they thought they could have a chance to even get in the hunt. And
but can you believe the leverage he used by getting his family jobs?
But I guess the best thing it might come out, whether he's there or not, it's forced the administration to really get into the NIL.
They're going to go from
I don't like NIL. I don't like the portal, but
No.
it's here.
It's
and
here.
If you're going to play, you got to do it. That's just
So they upped their NIL collector from $4 million to $20 million. Is that
20
right?
million.
So do you
That's what
think?
That puts them up there with all the
But
top
do you think
SEC
that's
schools.
doing wrong to Mac Brown? Because why didn't he get the $20 million?
That's a
That's
good
the
point.
part. That's the part.
I agree, and
That's
I
the
did-
part
I
that
did not
bothered
like-
me.
I did not like the way it was handled.
We'll give you $5 million, but just to get this guy in here, we're
But
going to give him.
Isn't
20.
it true that the AD and the top administrator were in a Y when they fired him? I mean,
Yes.
it was just sort of a.
Yes, that was correct. And I also heard this, too, that in interview number 2 with Belichick,
Mhm.
the athletic director was not involved.
Well, there's a lot of
Now,
power.
the other day at the press conference, it looked like everything was
Bubba.
hunky-dory and all that, but that's what I understood. He was not involved.
There's a lot of tension between the board of trustees and the athletic
because
director.
it said I say his interview, but some kind of meeting on Sunday. It was the board of trustees and
Yeah.
the chancellor, and Cunningham was not present.
That's right.
So,
So you just
yeah,
there's some internal
yeah,
struggles
I
there
think so,
for
too.
power. Right now, I think the board of trustees won out.
yeah.
Or,
And a guy told me before the Belichick thing started that one of the board of trustee members, this is the week that Brown was fired,
called it
that
change.
some of the trustees were not even aware
Yeah.
of what was going
Yeah.
down. And it was over. It done happen. He'd been
And the
place.
chairman of the board called it shameful.
Shameful,
The
yeah.
way they
Right.
let him go, just the manner in which it was handled.
And of course, I know now that but
He needed to go, but there were different ways
There's
to do
different
it.
ways to handle it. Yeah. What was any different than him stepping down a day after the state game than kicking him out the door 3 or 4 days before the end of the season?
Yeah. Jason says Belichick's contract is for 5 years, but guaranteed for 3.
I do think he'll be there 3.
Also, I heard he wanted to be there because his girlfriend got accepted. Is that
As an undergraduate.
it wanted to be at the same place? Maybe.
And I think she
maybe,
wants to be on the cheerleading
maybe
squad,
so, maybe
too.
not. Let's see. David Gentry, that is the Murphy coach. So that's answering our question
Murphy
of who
coach,
the all-time
right.
winning coach is. And I remember when he got it now that he said that. David Gentry holds the record for career wins in a single school with 366 wins at Murphy High. He also has the most total career wins, 426 at Murphy. Can you name the other 2 schools? I'm going to say no, you can't. One
they're
of
out
them,
of state.
One of them you could name is Chatham. Nope, it's all North Carolina.
Okay.
Chatham.
Is it a school that's closed now?
That's new.
Evidently, it is a school that's closed now, and it's called, you know it?
No.
Edneyville.
Edneyville.
I've heard that
I have
town,
heard of it.
but the chances of me coming up to that were slim and
very,
none.
very slim.
Tom Brown has 365 career wins, mostly at Maiden. Yeah, he had some at Bunker Hill. Mostly at Maiden.
East Burke, too.
And East
And
Burke,
East
yes,
Burke.
where he won 330 games in 35 seasons. So
Who's the legendary coach at Robbinsville? Haven't they had a guy that was just been there forever? Can't think.
I don't know.
John
Scott
McKissick
can tell
won
us that.
621.
621.
Wow.
621.
It was broken in 2023 by John T. Curtis of John Curtis Christian School.
And let me guess. And this is a national thing, right?
Yeah.
Texas,
Louisiana.
not one state over.
So the guy started his own Christian high school in Louisiana in 1969
Wow.
when he was 22 years old.
Wow.
He went 0-10 in his first year, and now he's got the
And didn't lose after that.
most wins all time in the country.
Didn't lose after that. It sounds like. How many years did you say that? How many years he actually? How many years it takes to get those? And high school football, they didn't always play 15 and 16 games either. I mean, used to be 13 or 14, even if you won the state title. It was going to be a lower number, but I just wondered how many years. So the all-time, I need to remember that. Tell me his name again, because I got Louisiana on my mind.
John T. Curtis Jr.
John T. Curtis Jr.
Yeah. Well, it says he broke the record in 2023. Following the 24 season, his coaching record stands at 623 and 81 in 55 seasons.
Whoa.
So he still coaches.
81.
Current, sound like.
81?
81 lost.
81
all?
losses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, that's
623 wins.
Yeah.
And 6 ties. And 55 seasons, and he was still coaching this year.
You said 81 losses and 10 of them coming that first year.
Yeah.
Didn't you say?
Yeah.
18.
Started 0-10.
So tell me his win total again.
623
So he won't reach 1,000.
and 81.
He won't reach 1,000, but he shouldn't have any problem reaching. Well, I don't know. 700's still a long way, right?
He's won 28 state championships
28. Yeah.
in 55 years. He also won 3 state championships as a baseball coach.
So, okay, we found the most decorated coach in high school of all time.
You combine his wins, he's probably well over 1,000.
Yeah, yeah. I just
But don't know what
wins,
kind
yeah.
of
Competition.
classification they
Don't know
play
the class
in or anything.
What's
I mean,
the name of the town?
the town.
Or what'd you say the school was?
Well, it's named after him,
Blumenbach.
John Curtis Christian School.
Why wouldn't it be?
In River Ridge, Louisiana.
River Ridge, Louisiana. Wow, River Ridge, Louisiana.
Opened in 62.
And he started it,
Yeah, by him. He's the school's headmaster.
So he has more wins than any LSU coach, or all of them put together.
Combined, yeah.
all of them combined. Real quick, last night before we take
He's
our
had
first,
a lot of NFL players.
first break, has he really?
Yeah. Most notably, I'd say on this list, Alan Faneca.
Okay.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, you don't even think about stuff like that.
But there's a list of about 15 NFL players.
15 that made the NFL.
Yeah.
Not as many as Aliquippa. in
Probably not.
Pennsylvania, But knocking on the door there. Wonder which high school in North Carolina.
Yep.
Which high school in North Carolina would you say has produced the most NFL players? Because I got no idea. I shouldn't say that. If I name 15, I might could hit it. I'll put it that
I could
way.
name some it's not.
Yeah. Don't do that. Let's see. Edneyville is in Henderson County. So Henderson County is down near the coast.
Yeah.
Edneyville's right on 40. You've been there on playoff games. Well, what used to be.
I've never been there.
No. It's a Hendersonville.
That's right, Henderson County. Henderson Town is the one that's down east. Yeah, Henderson County. I probably have been there.
You have been there.
Yep.
So it's probably one of the directional
Yeah,
Hendersons.
it is. Might have been there.
It's north or west.
Might have been there
Closed
2 weeks
and
ago
then
when we went to West
reopened
Henderson,
as-
or 3 weeks
yeah.
ago. I always get the Henderson Town and the Henderson County mixed
Yeah,
up.
that's right.
That's my bad there. Thank you for the info there. Mike
Yeah, it's
Painter
like-
says he went 7-6 this year. The coach Brett is talking about. So that's a poor season.
Yeah.
If he went
Terrible.
Time to go.
If he went 7, time to go. Yeah, time to go. They give him the
Firing.
Mac Brown.
His winning percentage dipped below 90.
You said, 55 years?
Yeah.
16 of them was in 2 years, and the losses.
Yeah.
Yep, Hendersonville. He's from Hendersonville, he says, not just Henderson County, but from Hendersonville. So maybe he was the coach at they're the Bearcats, right? Is that what the Henderson?
Yeah.
Is? Now, Rodney texted us last week, and then whenever I commented or anything, he never answered back. So I'm guessing he was one and done, as in 4 segments of the show. I think he was one and done last week, which is an easy term to remember. But Rodney is awake and texting this morning, and Rodney says North Carolina's E.E. Smith and T.W. Andrews high schools have 11 NFL players produced to lead the state, followed by Asheville, J.H. Rose, Richmond. Now, Richmond I could see for sure, and Scotland, the neighbor down there, Scotland County. They all have 10 NFL players. T.W. Andrews, to be a smaller school, is a little bit of a surprise. I might have named them, but it would have probably took me 50 or 100 to name T.W. Andrews before I got to them. Now, Richmond County, they were putting the guys in there pretty regularly for a while. Yep. But there was a good linebacker out of Richmond, too, that was in the NFL about 10 years ago, but I can't think of his name right now either. They may have some in there right now.
Played for the Saints.
I'll go with that.
I think if it's who I'm thinking of, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, probably so. Roger says Andyville is about 8 miles from Hendersonville. It's where North Henderson High School is. So it's where North.
Oh no, I'm thinking about the guy from Anson County. He played for the Saints.
Yeah, you're talking about Anthony.
He went to Clemson.
Yeah,
we saw him play against South Point, and I can't remember his name right now.
He said it's up at Anthony.
He would know that.
Some of my kinfolk.
Let's see. Real quick, we're going to go through these. Ned says, I am ready with some info. Was waiting for the show to move to college talk. We ramble. I just have to Ned, we ramble. We don't stay on one subject. Game?
Well, Rambling Gambling Man.
Is that your lyrics for the day? Let's see. It says, "Go Navy, beat Army." CBS 3 p.m. Navy 8-3 has its work cut out for them. Army's 11-1. No excuses, Ned. He says Notre Dame 11-1. Notre Dame versus Notre Dame both only scored 14 points. Okay, Navy. They beat Navy by 37 and beat Army by 35. Is that right, Brett? Is that how big the spreads were in those two games?
Those games weren't close.
Now, where is this game?
That's what I want to know.
It's in D.C.
It's not in
it's in D.C. today.
Anymore.
It's at the Commanders Stadium.
No cheesesteaks.
Northwest Stadium.
Northwest.
In Washington, in
Is that in
Landover,
Cabarrus
Maryland.
County?
Yeah.
It's probably in Guilford County.
Yeah.
Well, forever they held it in Philadelphia.
They did.
Remember?
They did.
Years, yeah.
And okay, I know there's a reason for that. Why was it?
Philadelphia.
The First Nations capital, or
Yeah.
has that got anything to do with it, or?
That might have had
History of Philadelphia and
Yeah, I know.
U.S.
I know, but
history. I don't know.
There had to be a tie.
Was that like a meeting point between the two?
Well, that'd be pretty close.
It could be.
That could be about
Annapolis,
halfway.
Maryland,
Upstate
and
New York.
Yeah.
What town in New York is
West Point.
West
Point.
Actually, it's got
Is
a.
that the town?
That's the town.
Is that the name?
Yeah,
of it?
I've
Okay.
never known exactly where that is.
It's up,
I know it's in New York,
it's
but
up
where?
Hudson River, isn't it? Upstate along
On
the Hudson.
upstate.
On the west side, I'm guessing. The West Point. Let's see what else we got here from Ned. Sent you Army Navy info. Also typed in the Facebook comments. Typed it all in the Facebook comments if you want to read it from there.
Okay.
But it is a big day. The game is at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock today. And did he tell me the CBS? CBS always has that game, don't they? Or they have for many years. Anyway, real quick, I do want to do this. Northeastern advances. They beat Whiteville last night. That's 2A, right?
Yeah.
Brett, 24-14. Cardinal Gibbons and Roseville. Good battle last night. Roseville comes out on top in 4A East, 38-31. The other East games. Fayetteville 71st smoked Jacksonville last night 43-7. That is the 3A. And in 1A, boy, somebody's got their hands full trying to beat Tarboro next week. Tarboro defeated Wilson Prep 59-6. They had a running clock in the second quarter for the second straight week, which is amazing to do.
I just wonder what that says about the Eastern level of competition.
Yeah. And you know what? It's probably going to get even lighter for them when we go to eight classes. I would say the competition will be even a little bit weaker. It's time for somebody to step up, though, and prove that they can man up and play with this Tarboro.
Yeah.
Tarboro, this is they set a record. This is how many did I say last night, Brett? 10th straight? 8th. 8 straight state title games. Next week will be their 8th in a row. Yeah, they haven't won them all. Actually, they've lost the last 2 to Mount Airy, but this will be their 10th straight appearance in the state championship game, and that supposedly either tied or broke a record with somebody. In the West finals last night, in 1A, Corvian Community, a third-year program, beat Mountain Heritage on the road 28-19. In the 2A, Monroe all over Brevard. You know Monroe's going to be, I think, as high as 5 or 6A in the next realignment. But they're playing Brevard right now. Brevard had a really great year, 41-15. However, last night we saw the Michigan receiver at Monroe last week. He's a real deal. I don't think he'll have any problem playing at that level.
Is he tall or is he just
nah, not real.
Not really.
He's like 6'1",
Yep.
maybe.
Yep. Good ball skills. Just seems like a tough kid. Goes and gets it. You know, he's. You know.
I saw a clip on the extended football Friday. You know, the Corvian receiver made a catch in the end zone against Mountain Heritage. That was a tiptoe job, just barely getting his.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a catch.
And that was right before halftime,
Yeah.
like just a few seconds left in the half.
Yeah.
They had been shut out the whole first half, and that touchdown
That was their play of the week.
That touchdown tied it right before halftime.
And that was which one?
Corvian.
Corvian.
And that gave them the momentum.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance they beat Tarboro?
Yeah.
I don't know how good the Tarboro team is. We just don't know. We don't know because of the competition in the
I'd
East.
say Corvian's definitely going to be the best team they've played in the playoffs.
Probably. And who beat them? They lost to a 4A team or something like that, didn't they?
Tarboro?
Early in the year or not?
Havelock.
3A team. Good 3A team.
But Corvian has beaten Eastern Randolph, Mount Airy, and Mountain Heritage
That's
3
pretty
weeks
good.
in a row, all on
That's
the road.
pretty good. All on the road,
All on
too.
the road.
Yeah, that's a pretty good run. Yep. And I would say all 3 of those teams are better than the 3 that
Anybody.
Tarboro.
Yeah,
to
Tarboro's
get there.
played.
Yeah. So Tarboro wins 59-6. We mentioned Brevard and Monroe winning 41-15. In the 3A, Hickory's 30-game win streak came to an end. West Charlotte wins 36-20. And the 4A, I still don't get this one. Grimsley scored all 35 after halftime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All 35
That's
after
amazing.
halftime. Weddington had a 10-0 lead at the half, I think it was, and Grimsley wins 35-23.
Had one call back, didn't they, Mike?
Did they?
Weddington.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and didn't get it. One of them didn't get any points out of it. Kicked the field goal and missed.
Yeah,
Oh,
they got
you know.
They got this quarterback Blake. Now he had like 40 touchdowns against 5 picks. I mean, he
Can you hear them good,
astounding
Brett? I want
record.
to make sure you can hear both
Yeah.
of them. Both of them good.
I can.
Okay. I don't have a headset on, Kyle.
Yeah.
I can't tell
I
how
don't
it's,
either.
how it's coming in today. So kind of like it without the headset, but it's I'm also a little bit lost without it as well. I got some more comments to read, but I'm gonna hold those till we come back. I will throw out my lyrics first this morning because I've got them. Don't look, Lenny. Don't want you reading it over here because I think this one's going to be a little tougher. This one's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Okay.
Ooh, challenge.
It may and it may not. Maybe you guys know it right off the bat. Oh, it's so funny to be seeing you after so long, girl. We'll be back in just a moment.
So funny.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flip through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincoln. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their many floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. See the page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Lake Electric Company was founded in 1984. They are licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. Safety and quality is first in everything they do. For all your electrical needs, serving Lincoln County, Catawba County, Burke County, Mecklenburg County, and all the surrounding counties. When it has to be done right, call Lake Electric. Let them take care of your family. Lake Electric Company, 4362 Providence Mill Road, Maiden. Call 704-483-4000. Online at lakeelectric.com.
Are you not happy with the way you feel? Maybe you're not happy with the way you look. See Dr. Robin Owens today at Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center in Lincoln for a consultation about a program that will change your life. Ask about the Red Light Therapy Weight Loss Program. Also, nutrition counseling too. You'll look and feel better. Get that confidence back with a visit to Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center, located at 644 Clark Drive in Lincoln. Online at prowellnessnc.com. Like them on Facebook too.
It's Christmas time. Yeah, that's right. Christmas time in July at ProMotion Motors. ProMotion Motor Company has over 90 vehicles in its inventory, including Jeep Wranglers, pickup trucks, SUVs, gas savers that would all look great beneath your Christmas or palm tree. Serving Lincoln County and surrounding areas for 24 years, ProMotion Motor Company has finance plans for the first-time buyers, good credit, bad credit, even on-the-lot financing. So come treat yourself with a Christmas in July gift at ProMotion Motor Company, located at 2527 East Main Street, Lincoln, or call them at 735-0303. Visit them online at promotionmotors.com and like them on Facebook.
All right, here we go. Segment 2. Glad to have you with us. Got Lenny in the house with us today. Mike Powell, Brett Keever, David. Glad to have you with us as well. Let's see. He's reading some more messages here. Scott says, I bet West Charlotte fans still partying this morning.
Oh, they were
they were having a good time in the fourth quarter last night.
They were loving it last night over there.
Yes, they were.
We were right there in the middle of them.
I am impressed, Rodney Willis. I just asked him, did he look it up? I don't think he did, but I want to make sure because, like I said, it's a little different than what we're used to on here. You guys don't even have a guess. My guys.
Oh well, I can make guesses,
Rodney-
but I either
Rodney's
know it or I
artist,
don't.
that's
Rodney's
not much
got
of
it
a
right.
hint.
Oh, it's so funny to see you after so long, girl. I'm going to give you the lyrics that'll help you, I think. And the way you look, and the way that you look, I understand that you are not impressed. But I heard you let that little friend of mine take off your party dress. Now that ought to
Oh.
help. That ought to help.
Party
That ought to
dress.
help, right?
Oh,
Title's one word.
one word.
Sure is.
Give me a decade at least.
70s?
70s?
80s maybe? 70s, 80s. Help me with that, Rodney.
Now the party dress throws me off because all I can hear is Tom Petty. You got to put on that party dress.
Well, this one came off.
Yeah.
It's a different song.
One word.
Yep. And obviously, that one word is her name.
Her name. Oh, okay.
Does that help you? Ned Yates says today is the 125th meeting. Navy won the first game. West Point 24-0. November 29th. Want to guess the year? First game, November 29th. I don't hear any years. Throw me one out there, Brett.
27. 1927. What? How many meetings did you say? I'm probably way off.
Yeah, that would help when you can do the math. 125th meeting today.
Oh, okay.
So, 1890.
1890.
Navy leads the series. I would have put that first, Ned, since you're a Navy guy. Navy leads the series 62-55 to 7 ties. I'm glad that football does not allow ties anymore. I wish all sports did. No sport, whatever, allowed ties. Ties are boring.
Yeah.
Get out there and play 3 hours and not have a winner.
Yeah, it's boring.
Yep. He also says the game has been in Philadelphia. Guess this one. Okay, there's been 124 meetings. How many's been played in Philadelphia? You guys want to take a shot
20.
at
I'd say most of them.
that? 90. Taking a 4-year tour, 23 in Foxborough. I don't even remember that. It was in Foxborough for 4 years. In 24, they were in Landover. That's this year, right? And if this is correct, then next year it's Baltimore. And then we can all go see it because it's going to be at East Rutherford.
Yeah, East Rutherford. That's not that far up.
Oh, East
74.
Rutherford, New Jersey. Then back to Philadelphia. Last year, Army won 17-11. I should have had you guess that score. We'd be here all day. For a second in a row, Navy has the longest win streak at 14. At 14. I'm guessing that's not current, right? Rodney says that song came out in the late 70s.
Late 70s.
Yep, late 70s. Let's see. And yes, I have seen that. Is he getting any playing time? I checked the roster the other week, Mike Painter, and you're exactly right. Ben Gibbs, a former Bandy / Maiden running back, plays for West Point. Let's see. Had a couple more here I was going to read before we move on. Mike had sent me something else. Mike said he went to East Burke Maiden basketball games last night. Both girls' teams were great. The score was 69-69 late in the game.
74-69.
East Burke scored the last 5 points and held off Maiden to get the win. A lot of people think East Burke is state title material in 2A
Well,
girls.
you got two really good girls back.
Yes, they
from
do.
The runner-up
Yes, they do.
team.
Yep. And I saved this one. I want to get into this. Butch says Maiden defeated Edneyville. But first Butch says that Gibbs is playing, so he's not just on the team, but he is getting playing time. That's good. He says Maiden beat Edneyville in 1971 on the way to 71 state championship. So that was one of the teams they beat in the playoffs that year. So it used to be the towns had the school. I wonder what the other schools were called in Henderson County. If Edneyville is one. I'm trying to think of what some of the other towns might be up that. Well, obviously Hendersonville because they've never changed. But the other. And then again, maybe they didn't there wasn't as many schools at the time. Maybe they were called the directional schools from the time they were actually built. What's on your mind? Mike's about asleep. He's leaving us soon to go to the Cat Square.
Where the
Parade.
place where life blossoms. Cherryville, Christmas parade.
Oh, Cherryville. Why did I say Cat Square? Mike, yeah. Other people are going to the Cat Square. Lanny's going to the Cat Square parade later today. Lenny said no. I don't think I'm going to see Brett at the Cat Square parade today. He's got things going on today as well, and I'm not going to make it either. I hope to watch. Why are we waiting so long for college playoffs and bowl games?
Why are we waiting?
Does anybody know?
Because it has to coincide with the bowl games.
I don't know.
No, I don't. I mean, they just gave a week off in between
A week off.
championship games and the first
Now we
round.
do have the what was it I was watching last night? The
FCS. Yeah,
the FCS.
There's 3 of those today.
3 today.
Yeah,
Do you got the matchups?
I will in a second.
Last night it was Montana State winning. I'm guessing they.
Yeah, they blew out
Yes.
Idaho.
Yeah.
52-19. Today at 12, Incarnate Word and South Dakota State.
Did you ever find out where Incarnate Word is?
Texas.
Texas.
San Antonio.
Wow.
Just played Duke the other night.
And then this is weird. The other 2 games are going on at the same time. One of them's not even on TV. UC Davis and South Dakota at 3 o'clock on ESPN Plus, and then Mercer and North Dakota State at 3:30 on ABC. 2 of those games have 20-point spreads or more, and that's the 2 games that are on TV.
So how many are we down? How many teams are we down to?
There were 8 before last night, so it's down to 7 now. It'll be down to 4 after today.
Okay. And how many did you tell me? 24.
That was a guess.
That was the.
That was a guess.
Oh, it was a guess.
Yeah.
We're trying to remember how many get in that. It used to be 16, but did it go to 24 and they give buys or?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I guess you'd have to go back and look at the.
I know there were 16 last
Look
week.
at the bracket.
I don't know if that was the beginning of it or if there was another round before that.
When does the bowl season start?
The bowl season
the
starts
onslaught of 44 games.
For them lesser today.
Thursday, January 9th. Is that right? They won't start there won't be a bowl game to.
No, that is not right.
It's not.
Well, then
Okay.
There's a bowl game Tuesday.
I was going to say, I thought some this week.
Okay, yeah, I skipped over it. I thought it was going to have me all the games together that were
Like on
playoff
17th
games,
or something.
and then I would
wanna say.
get into that. So yeah, Tuesday. you
Tuesday
got-
night, Memphis and West Virginia.
And I seen they had a new coach.
I'm glad you got
Yeah.
that.
New
The schedule
coach
I
is
got
the
don't
old
even have it
coach.
that way.
That's the Frisco Bowl in Frisco,
Yeah, how about that,
Texas.
guys?
See that? I said,
Rich
they
Rich
got a
is
new
back.
coach, but
Yes, they
it's the
do.
old coach.
Rich Rod.
Rich Rod is back.
Yep. Yeah.
How do you figure that?
That's who they need to have. He's
Now he had several failures. I see. Went to Michigan, flopped, and then didn't he go to Arizona?
Arizona, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I've always liked him though
He
for
did
some
well in
reason.
West Virginia.
I've always liked him.
Maybe that's the one.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
you know. I kind of hope he
You don't
does
really
well.
see
Hope he
that
don't.
many guys return to the school they left
Yeah.
after they had success to go somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot.
Who has done that? If you don't see it a lot, who has done that?
That's what I'm saying. I
In
can't
either
think of
major
anybody
sport.
else.
Who has
What was it?
I wouldn't say
Going back
success,
to the-
you know, 'cause Brown
going
did,
back
but
to the
back
school that
back
they
he
left?
had success
Oh.
before he went.
because Rich
That's
Rod
right.
has made a circle here now. You know,
Yeah.
I think 4 schools, and this will be the 4th one is the same as
Well,
the
of
first
course, Mac Brown.
Mac
But he
did.
was successful when he come. I mean, he had success.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. He won a national
He
title
would
at
be the-
Texas.
one of the-
What about the Rutgers guy?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Greg
Schiano.
Schiano. He
yeah.
went back.
He was at Rutgers and went to the pros.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay for a little while. Is that where he had? Who he had?
I think
The
so.
Bucks for a little while.
He was at Tampa Bay.
Jason says the first bowl game is today, the Celebration Bowl,
Oh.
also known as the HBCU National Championship between Jackson State
Yes, sir.
and
South Carolina State.
South Carolina State.
Okay, I
Yes.
didn't make that up. Then. I didn't see
Jackson State, Walter Payton U. Is that right? That's where Walter Payton went to college, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
that. I believe you're correct.
And South Carolina State, who was their most prominent.
Did Elvin Bethea play there? In Houston?
I do remember him.
Yeah, Elvin
I do remember
Bethea.
him.
South Carolina State.
Back
I don't
in the
know if
Love
he-
You Blue
I don't know if
days.
he's their greatest.
the Houston
but
Oilers.
I believe he was a.
Yeah. There's somebody else,
What
though, on
about,
tip of my tongue,
what
South
about,
Carolina State.
One of the Steeler safeties was Donnie Shale. Was he South Carolina State? I'm not sure.
Hey, you got me there. That's good. If you come up with that, that's
I'm not saying it's him, but one of those guys, Steeler defensive backs, was
South
from
Carolina.
one of those HBC schools. But
let's see. Ned says more info you didn't ask for. Navy fullback number 45, Daba, D-A-B-A, Fofana. Did you make that up, Ned?
Banana, Fofana.
That's exactly what it says. Daba Fofana.
Let's play the name game.
maybe that's where he got his name. Maybe.
Got no NIL money, but has been accepted to the Uniformed Services University Medical School class of 2029. His first name, Daba, means hard work.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that, Mike?
I did not know that.
He said, Mike Powell said, so I thought maybe
You was just in agreement.
maybe he knew that.
It was just going with the flow.
Edwin says, let's see what Edwin's telling me here. Footballzebras.com. That's a pretty neat website. List of officials and conferences. So I'm sure that's the present day conferences that are on there right now. Let's see. Got another one from Mike Painter. Dion coached at Jackson State before moving to Colorado. Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did. Forgot about that.
That's right.
And before going to the Las Vegas Raiders. That's my guess.
Was he still at Jackson State when he signed Travis Hunter?
Yes. 'cause
That's what-
didn't he play? Hunter played there for
Yeah,
For a year,
yeah, he was
yeah.
there for a
He
year.
was the
That's
top
what-
player in the country, right? And signed with
Yeah.
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 Will
Played there for a year.
Will he win the Heisman? What do you guys think?
Oh,
I
it's a
mean,
no-brainer. I mean, I
no-brainer.
don't even. Is anybody else invited?
Was this a one-man party?
I haven't even heard another name.
Oh, the running back from Boise State.
Oh, yeah.
Ginty.
Gente.
News to me.
Okay. Boise State.
Yeah, Ashton Ginty.
Yeah, hasn't he approached or has broken Barry Sanders?
This may be the most lopsided voting ever.
I think he invited 5. It's a done deal.
Yeah, it might be the most. Who's been the most?
I would give it to the Oregon
Dylan
quarterback.
Gabriel. How about Cam
Would you?
Ward?
Yeah.
Has he invited Cam
13
Ward
and
of,
0.
Miami? I don't know.
Yep.
Cam Ward, yeah, I think he
This
is.
guy plays both ways,
the
though, right?
finalist.
I mean, he plays some defense too,
Yeah.
or defense first, really, right? And then
Well, we hadn't had a guy like this since Charles Woodson won it.
I was going to say since
more of a-
Dion.
Yeah, Charles Woodson doesn't do as much as
No.
Travis Hunt.
No,
He didn't play
no.
offense,
No,
did he?
no. A little bit.
I heard
Of course,
a,
he ran
No,
back
Desmond
punts.
Howard was the one that played. Well, he was offense and special teams,
Yeah.
but
Woodson was defense.
Hunter plays a little
special
bit of all
team.
three.
I heard an interview the other day with former Penn State linebacker and former Washington Redskin linebacker. What was his name?
LeVar Arrington.
LeVar Arrington. It was a pretty good interview.
Yeah.
It was. Who do you think he said is the greatest football player ever?
Lawrence Taylor.
That's who I'd say, but I figured it wouldn't because
Yeah.
you said that.
Yeah.
I just thought he would say a linebacker.
Well, I thought it might have been somebody
Defensive
from.
player?
I thought it might have been somebody from Penn State.
Was he a defense?
Yes. Now you want to ask if he was an offensive player?
Okay.
Ah,
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
When you said
That made me think of that. He
Yeah.
says Charles Woodson's the best player that he has ever seen in his life,
Hmm.
and because they was trying to get him to rank himself, and he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Butch Parker says Champ Bailey played both ways. He did.
Yep.
Now did he play both at Georgia? I know he did some in NFL. Did he play both ways at Georgia as well?
I'm not sure.
Cornerback and receiver.
I don't remember him playing offense in the NFL.
He may not.
I don't remember Charles Woodson playing offense in
Woodson
the
did.
NFL.
He did some, but more at Michigan than he did.
I remember, what's the guy's name? Gamble that played for the Panthers from Ohio State. He played on both sides at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his first name.
Yeah.
Can he coach too?
I don't know.
They might be in the market up there in Buckeye Land.
They
Did
lose
Michigan beat them again? Did I wear my yellow today? Did Michigan beat them?
Should've.
Butch, did Michigan beat them again?
Travis Hunter, Ashton Jeanty, Dylan Gabriel, and Cam Ward are the 4 Heisman finalists.
Yeah. Jason says Hunter's the overwhelming betting odds favorite to win at, and I don't understand this. You guys have to tell me, 2,500.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that mean he's a 2,500 to 1? Sure. That seems awful high.
That can't be the best odds. I'm
right.
willing to bet it.
No, neither.
That would be the.
If it's 2,500 to 1,
then the others are really bad.
yeah.
The others are really bad.
That means they don't think anybody's going to win it.
It should say the money and right now others
Yep.
putting it up, right?
That shows how much I bet, because I don't have a clue what that means. We got to take our second time out.
Maybe you bet $2,500, you win $1. You win 2,501.
Oh my! Nobody except Rodney Willis was able to
you just
pull
gonna have to
in
give it.
My lyrics this morning. Let's see. Oh, it's we got to do this quick too. Oh, it's Mike. You listening to me?
I am.
Oh, it's so funny to be seeing you after so long, girl. And with the way you look, I understand that you are not impressed. But I heard you let that little friend of mine take off your party dress. Not going to get too sentimental like those other sticky Valentines, because I don't know if you've been loving somebody. I only know it isn't mine.
Yeah.
Allison. You guys are blank. Allison. Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello, that's right.
Allison.
That's pretty hard.
Yeah, I said it's going to be a little different.
I couldn't tell you a song he sung. So
Yep, that's a good one. That's
Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello. I was hoping you guys would say Elvis, and I'd say, yeah, but the other one. Go ahead, Mike.
What?
Okay, Brett, got yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine.
Well, do it quick.
Well, I got to leave, too. So
I know. That's why I'm saying.
I'll give you 5 words. It was a beautiful day. Can you get on that?
In the neighborhood. Back in a moment.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flip through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincoln. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their many floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Ashman Street in Lincoln. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Lake Electric Company was founded in 1984. They are licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. Safety and quality is first in everything they do. For all your electrical needs, serving Lincoln County, Catawba County, Burke County, Mecklenburg County, and all the surrounding counties. When it has to be done right, call Lake Electric. Let them take care of your family. Lake Electric Company, 4362 Providence Mill Road, Maiden. Call 704-483-4000. Online at lakeelectric.com.
Are you not happy with the way you feel? Maybe you're not happy with the way you look. See Dr. Robin Owens today at Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center in Lincoln for a consultation about a program that will change your life. Ask about the red light therapy weight loss program. Also, nutrition counseling too. You'll look and feel better. Get that confidence back with a visit to Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center, located at 644 Clark Drive in Lincoln. Online at prowellnessnc.com. Like them on Facebook too.
It's Christmas time. Yeah, that's right. Christmas time in July at ProMotion Motors. ProMotion Motor Company has over 90 vehicles in its inventory, including Jeep Wranglers, pickup trucks, SUVs, gas savers that would all look great beneath your Christmas or palm tree. Serving Lincoln County and surrounding areas for 24 years, ProMotion Motor Company has finance plans for the first-time buyers, good credit, bad credit, even on-the-lot financing. So come treat yourself with a Christmas in July gift at ProMotion Motor Company, located at 2527 East Main Street, Lincoln, or call them at 704-735-0303. Visit them online at promotionmotors.com and like them on Facebook.
And welcome back. Sports Talk. Glad to have you with us. David, Lenny, Mike, Brett. Got second half coming up here. A little late start to the second half, but we're getting there. Mike's going to drop out on us here in a little bit.
Yep.
He needs to go to the Cherryville Christmas
Yuletide
parade. And that thing is a 10:30 start.
10:30. I don't know of any other parades around that start in the a.m. Christmas parades. I mean, that's the only one I can think of.
No, not really. Mike's lyrics once again for you folks. I don't have any answers on Mike's lyrics except from Lenny.
Okay, I'll give you one more. It was a beautiful day. The sun beat down. I had the radio on. I was driving.
Yeah, I should know that now.
You should know that. Mm-hmm. That's where I get my song.
I heard it this morning.
That's where I get my song.
Maybe that's why the lyrics are so much in there.
I pick every song on the drive up here from some station on Sirius.
It's a good thing I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because I thought about it. Because I didn't have any.
Well, I'm just going to let some people guess because I'm still drawing a blank. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that.
You'll kick yourself in the
Yeah, I
morning.
probably will. Say it one more time.
It was a beautiful day. The sun beat down. I had the radio on. I was driving.
Oh, okay. I'll just. Me and Dale. Is that what you said? Right?
Come on later. What's the next line?
Let's see. Oh, well, somebody answered here, so it might be. Oh, yeah, I know it now.
That's right.
Soon
Trees went by me and Dale.
As soon as, yeah. One of Brett's favorites.
Singing Little Runaway.
Yeah, I get the correct answer here from Rodney,
I was
so
flying.
I read it, so I know who it is now. But
Dale Shannon, of course, is the reference, who put out Runaway originally.
Who is it, Lenny?
I'm Petty.
Tom Petty.
Yep, Tom Petty. And Rodney also puts in there Running Down a Dream.
Running Down a Dream.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think. That is, yeah. I don't know. I had a different tune in my head. I also just turned the camera with my foot. Didn't mean to do that.
It's fine.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I turned it mine too, but it probably took me off the
I was
screen.
trying to take me and you both off. Today is the 14th. You know what that means? Just 2 months to Valentine's, right? How many days to Christmas now? 11? 11 days to Christmas. It's approaching so fast. So fast. Lenny, tell me what's going on in the world of baseball. We've been talking, Lenny and I have been texting back and forth a little bit, and I guess the biggest news right now in Major League Baseball is Juan Soto has signed the largest contract in Major League history. And I told Lenny I'm kind of glad that our Red Sox didn't pay him that much, because it limits what you can do with the rest. Did the Mets get, I don't know what word, did they get tricked? Did they get, into paying that kind of money? Or would anybody else have paid that kind of money? $765 million for how many years?
It sounded like the Yankees came real close.
Did it?
I mean,
I never heard anything
what I've
else.
Understood, they added another year, but it was a little bit less money.
How bad does that
it
sting?
was more money,
How bad does
but
that?
it was less than the whole package because of the extra years. What I understand.
Wes Rodney and Monty, how bad does that sting for
I read
Yankees
something about
that he
them
don't
not-
go there
not-
and he's staying in New York?
Not giving him a suite, his family a suite
Well,
or
they did
something?
Yeah,
say-
they said something about a suite in
They
the
did say
stadium.
that he liked the way that the Mets had treated his family better, and like
I would have gave him a suite, but I said we're going to knock off $50 million of that.
But like D-Roach said, or somebody on baseball MLB, he said, ultimately it always comes back to the money, and he can be the mouthpiece for the Mets. Whereas if he went back to the Yankees, Judge still would have probably been, even though Judge doesn't speak a lot, he's not real outspoken. But they thought that was something that he enjoyed too. I did hear somebody say this the other day. He said the Mets, the biggest reason he got that big, he said he's not the greatest player in the game right now because he's really not a defense. It's all hitting. He said the biggest thing why he got it was his age.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that makes a lot of sense. He's 26. He said that's
Yeah, he's
why,
young.
That's why he got that big money. But because I personally think the Dodgers have two better overall players than him, Ohtani and Betts. To me,
Yeah.
I think they're both better overall players.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not sweet bat, but. Because he takes
When you
walks,
said he's
got a
not the
great
best
eye.
player in the game, I'm just trying to sit here and think of who, as a position player, I would pick over him. It's not Aaron Judge.
Well, I'll tell you the one
It
that
might be Ohtani.
one that scares me more that I don't want to face is Fernando Tatis. But he's had injury problems that Soto hadn't really had.
I would fear Soto at the plate.
At the plate, yeah.
At the plate more than any
I
other.
was more scared of him than Judge when the Dodgers
Oh, yeah.
when the
And
Dodgers
one guy
played him.
said, I don't know who said this. He said, said he'll be your outfielder until he's 30, and then he'll be a DH.
Yeah.
I thought, what? They signed him for his bat. That's
Yeah.
because of his sweet bat. And I thought, you're probably
Hey.
correct, but that's
Now I heard Pete Alonso they've been talking to the Yankees and there was mutual interest
mutual interest.
there.
So he's free agent as
and
well?
there had been some
I think so.
rumors that the Mets said there was still enough room for them to sign him.
Yeah.
Now, that's talk. you
Please
know.
don't, Pete. I've always liked Pete. I don't want to dislike Pete. We did this earlier, Coach Clunner, but I'll do it again. He said we need to pray for our good friend Mark Ludwig on his surgery this coming Monday, and we will keep him in our thoughts and prayers. Going to have the quadruple bypass coming up. Hopefully everything will go smoothly on that. Jason says the Yankees offered him a 16-year. This is Soto, I'm assuming. Offered him a 16-year, $760 million contract. Yep, now Soto has an opt-out after 5 years of his Mets contract, but the Mets can void the opt-out and give him a raise, which will get him a total of $800 million.
Which will probably happen.
You think?
I mean,
As long as he
yeah.
what does he have to hit to be a success with getting paid that way? Just over 300? Should he hit 300? Or will you let him hit 275 with 35 home runs?
Yeah, 100 ribbies.
I'd say they'll let him hit 275 if he's got 35 to 40 and 100
Yeah.
RBI.
How many home runs did he hit last year? Do we know how many home runs?
41, I believe.
41.
And I think that was a career high, if I'm not.
I must have saw all 41. Because it seemed to me like he hit 162. But
And Brett, I thought the Dodgers just did it again when he went out and got Snell. To me,
Yeah.
I mean, that's you keep wondering. I keep wondering how are they able to pay all these people to go? And they talk like they're not told. They're not completely done yet.
TV money
Oh
must
no!
be
Well,
unbelievable.
I'm hoping they're going to re-sign Teoscar Hernandez.
He's going to Boston.
I think it's just coming down to where he decides he wants to play because they're going to match whatever,
Here's your
Anybody
lyrics.
offers.
Please come to Boston in the spring.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and you are Red Sox fans.
That's right.
And I'm
Isn't
gonna
it,
say,
please
I think
come to
they've
L.A. to
done-
live forever. Isn't that part of the song too?
I think they've done well, but David, they still hadn't spent the big money yet. I still look for it because they really haven't.
No, they haven't.
I mean, I hope they get Bregman myself. That's the one I'm shooting for.
Yeah.
They say he can play. They're talking about playing him at second.
How old
base.
is he now?
He's 30.
30. Okay, you got 4 years out of him, probably 4 good years. How long as he's healthy, and that's with anybody. That's with anybody. And there's some players that just seem to be more injury prone.
That's true because I looked
Than
the other
others.
day, and they've
You have to be careful, right?
they've spent $10 million on Chapman and $2 million on another minor league. On another left-hander. That was Wilson. I didn't even know who he was. So they really haven't went out. They made
talking
a
about
trade for Crochet.
Boston, yeah. I was going to say they got
But
the
I
White
ain't heard-
Sox
I ain't heard this,
best
and this
pitcher.
is kind of them being on the cheap because he's only pitched a starter 1 year. He's got 2 years left, but because he hadn't pitched starter, they said arbitration wise he may not make but $3 million next year. I thought, well, that's a bargain, but you're still being cheap.
Yeah.
If you spent if you $3 million, then you got money. And if you were in the Soto stake for over $600 million, then you got money to spend. So me and you talked about that.
Yeah, no,
Go get a couple.
Now, the Yankees added the relief pitcher from Milwaukee,
They did.
right?
And I didn't know till this morning. I saw this morning. Kyle Tucker went to the Cubs.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Astros outfielder.
The only thing I hate about all this is there's 15 teams in Major League Baseball don't have a chance from day one. But we're talking about all the rich getting richer.
Right.
And yeah, I want my team to get richer because that's the way it's allowed. That's the way it's,
Well, like I say, that's the way
that's right.
It's about
That's
like
right. Take
the college
advantage of it
football,
and get better.
in
But
college, the NIL.
it's so different from how many NBA teams. I mean, the salaries are about the same, right? As far as
Yeah.
they have
a
salary
match,
cap
yeah.
and all that kind of thing. So, if you're not competing, it's more your own fault than it is the systems.
That's
And the NFL really has a great system.
have a great
They do. They really do. They did it right. Because
In NFL and NBA, the draft matters a lot more than
does.
baseball does.
Yeah, but why is the draft in baseball so stupid? You don't know how many. What's these rounds called? They throw in there. Supplemental.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that stuff
I
means.
know.
I don't care about the baseball.
Just do it like the NFL draft and build it up.
It's like the Dodgers have a great draft. You won't know anything about them for 4 or 5
Right,
years, so
right.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
exactly right.
But still,
And they're going to trade half those pieces anyway for.
It could be a spectacle though if they did it in certain cities. Could you imagine that Major League Baseball draft like in a St. Louis or something, and have the draft there and naming the players? I know they're not going to play right away, but sometimes they're there within a year if they're good.
And some
enough.
guys that get drafted don't even go.
Yeah,
They don't. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
that's stupid too.
yeah.
What if college basketball did that?
Yeah, or
If
football.
you get drafted in the second round, well, you can decide to go
Don't
back
have
to
to
school.
go back.
Yeah.
'Cause you can make more money
What were you
than
guys'
hell.
thoughts on the
Really
player
fun.
decided that he didn't want to work Thursday night for
Yeah.
the San Francisco 49ers? He,
that's-
I can't think of his name right now, but
That's
Oh,
not good.
linebacker, right?
Not good for
he
him.
decided to. I hear he's either going to be cut or suspended or maybe both. Maybe suspended.
Yeah.
and cut him.
Yeah, he won't play for the 49ers again.
You think he gets a game check for
I don't know. how
dressing
that
out?
works.
Yeah.
Did he play at all? Did he play at all in the game and then just not go back in, or did he? I don't think he played at all, did he?
I don't know.
I think when somebody got banged up or something that he was next.
And he was an All-Pro for Green Bay a year or two ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Sounds like maybe mental, emotional issues.
Will somebody pick him up?
It was the guy. He got replaced by a guy came back off injury, and then he got re-injured. That's when he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say he'll get another shot.
Again?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. You think so? Jason says the MLB will never have a salary cap because when you have a salary cap, Jason, I didn't say they'd never have one. Didn't say they would have one. I just said I would have one because I hate it for your Pittsburghs and Cincinnatis of the world, that your Oakland A's that can't even exist. You know, it's have a salary cap. You must have a salary floor. Those cheap owners do not want a salary floor where they are required to spend a minimum amount. You know what I wish? I hate to take jobs away from people, but I've always thought in any pro sport, if you don't make the playoffs in a 5-year span, you must sell the team. What do you think?
Be a lot of selling.
Well, guess what? Eventually, you'll get to there where all these guys are. You know, just like this guy.
I think they could use
guy with the Rams. He came out of nowhere.
like 4 less teams.
What all does he own? Cronky?
L.A.
Los Angeles. He owns Los Angeles. Yeah. By the way, do you guys remember who? Brett and Mike, I'll ask this. You guys remember who you guys had in the Super Bowl?
God.
At this point, do you remember the teams you had in the Super Bowl?
I think it's Chiefs and Lions. Is what I
Still
had.
okay with
That's
it?
what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I had.
Is that what you
I'm
had?
starting to wonder about the Chiefs. They just barely surviving
Yeah.
all these games. I don't think they're going to make it.
You remember who mine were?
Green Bay and wasn't Green Bay? The Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're hot right
And
now.
who, Baltimore?
Most
I can't
dangerous
remember
team.
who you had.
Rams and Ravens. I'm still feeling good. There was a couple weeks there in the Rams season I wasn't feeling too good.
What are they now? 7 and
But
6.
now I'm feeling pretty good. They won the division
8
the
and
other night. They won the division.
But who's the
because-
best team?
Huh? They play the Jets next.
8 and 6.
After the Jets, I think they play maybe the Giants. Whoever it is, their last game is Seattle, which will be for the division championship,
Yeah.
and it's in L.A. So I think they got two of their final 3 games. That offense, when it's clicking,
Yeah.
it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. Their defense is, you know, tell me a team that's got a dominant offense and defense. There's not any, right? You know?
Nope.
I mean, Buffalo can score 50 points a game, but they still might lose, you know?
Yeah, and Kansas City's turned into a defensive
Kansas
team.
City's defense is
yeah.
better than their offense.
Now, the combination of defense and quarterback, Kansas City's probably
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And Baltimore's defense isn't real good this year. They're more of an offensive
It's
team.
odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's odd because you always see Baltimore with a dominating offense. The Ravens always live by, defense, but
Yeah.
just not that way right now.
Detroit might be the most balanced.
I think of my 2 Super Bowl picks, and I think the Rams have the better chance right now than the Ravens do of getting there. NFC, but then again, Detroit's a team to beat. Detroit, it just seems like it's their year.
Well, Philly's been
Philly's good
hot,
too,
too.
but yeah, where would that game be right now if they played? It'd be in Detroit.
I think
wouldn't
Detroit.
it?
Yeah, I don't trust Philly's coaching.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown might be the next to walk off,
Yeah, because he doesn't like what's going on.
and they're good friends. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
I don't
supposedly
trust.
good friends.
I don't trust
And-
Sirianni to win big games.
Yeah.
If it comes down to him, his decisions and game planning, I don't.
Well, isn't Brown just upset because the whole focus is shifted to the running game with Saquon Barkley, who's having an MVP type season, right?
Yeah, why
and
would?
they're winning.
Why
That's
would?
the thing?
I don't get why that would upset you. You won what?
If you win,
What do they won? 8 in a row? 9 in a row? I
something
mean,
like that. Yeah. I think so.
Saquon play on my team any day
Yeah.
and be the star. I don't care. He can play on my team.
We're winning.
Yeah, exactly. Any single day. Lenny, do you have lyrics?
No, I don't have it.
Brett,
Yeah.
our
Okay.
final before our final timeout.
In my
We got
final
Mike's right.
bow.
Running down the
All right.
dream. Was that which song it was?
Running down a dream. Yeah. Didn't know what time it was. The lights were low. I leaned back on my radio.
We'll be back in a moment.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flip through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincoln. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their many floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Lake Electric Company was founded in 1984. They are licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. Safety and quality is first in everything they do. For all your electrical needs, serving Lincoln County, Catawba County, Burke County, Mecklenburg County, and all the surrounding counties. When it has to be done right, call Lake Electric. Let them take care of your family. Lake Electric Company, 4362 Providence Mill Road, Maiden. Call 704-483-4000. Online at lakeelectric.com.
Are you not happy with the way you feel? Maybe you're not happy with the way you look. See Dr. Robin Owens today at Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center in Lincoln for a consultation about a program that will change your life. Ask about the Red Light Therapy Weight Loss Program. Also, nutrition counseling too. You'll look and feel better. Get that confidence back with a visit to Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center, located at 644 Clark Drive in Lincoln. Online at prowellnessnc.com. Like them on Facebook too.
It's Christmas time. Yeah, that's right. Christmas time in July at ProMotion Motors. ProMotion Motor Company has over 90 vehicles in its inventory, including Jeep Wranglers, pickup trucks, SUVs, gas savers that would all look great beneath your Christmas or palm tree. Serving Lincoln County and surrounding areas for 24 years, ProMotion Motor Company has finance plans for the first-time buyers, good credit, bad credit, even on-the-lot financing. So come treat yourself with a Christmas in July gift at ProMotion Motor Company, located at 2527 East Main Street, Lincoln, or call them at 704-735-0303. Visit them online at promotionmotors.com and like them on Facebook.
Welcome back. Trying to read something there. Thank you, Hooks, this morning. Gave me some information that I'd heard about earlier in the week. We'll get into that in weeks to come. NFL, full swing. Finally, I think this is the first week. Well, Thanksgiving week, every team played in NFL. They made sure everybody played Thanksgiving week because you got the 3 games on Thursday.
Yeah.
Right.
They had a Friday game. But then they went back to the bye weeks. And
this was late for buys.
It was. But they're over now, right? I think they are
there
over.
were 6 teams last
and
week.
we have 3 weeks left. 3 weeks left, right?
4.
We do have 4, counting tomorrow.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, 4 games left for everybody.
Okay. 4 games left for everybody. Would you change your Super Bowl picks if you who are yours?
Mine were Kansas City and Detroit.
Yeah.
I
don't think I'd change them.
I'm not going to change it.
I don't think I'd change them.
Even though I'm starting to doubt Kansas City this year, no reason to pick against them.
Yeah, just as soon as you do, guess what?
Right.
I mean, they're 12-1.
Right.
And then they're going to win that game.
Yeah.
You know.
They're 12-1. It's just weird that they're only
That's the way
beating
they've been
bad
winning,
teams
ain't
by 3.
I
It's like
was going to say that.
every game they win's by 2 or
Right.
3 points, and
And on a last-second field goal,
Yeah.
either getting blocked or hitting the upright and bouncing through.
Right.
They've had one of those. They've had a little bit of everything. But
And you kind of keep thinking, well, when's that going to catch up with them?
Yeah.
Will it catch up with them in a playoff game?
Probably.
That's what you
Probably.
What Brett's probably thinking. You know.
yeah, I was just trying to think of the AFC teams. You know, which team matches up the best.
the Chiefs are
with them.
15th in offense, 11th in points per game, but they're 4th in defense.
4th in defense.
In yards allowed, they're 4th, and in points allowed, they're 7th.
What's the star there, Chris?
Jones,
Is it Chris Jones?
yeah,
He's a big part of that.
yeah.
Big part of that defense.
We got a really good secondary
for
too.
the Chiefs. Yeah, they do have the secondary. You better have, you know what I mean? And when you got a little bit of a combination there of both, the good pass rush and the secondary, it's hard to score a lot of points, and nobody's scoring a lot of points on them right now. I was just trying to find here, let's see, the standings in the NFL real quick. Buffalo 10-3, but man, Buffalo just can't.
They've had a tough stretch.
They have.
And they got
They
Detroit tomorrow at Detroit.
Josh Allen is probably the MVP of the league, but man, they need some defensive help. You know, they need some defensive help. Good morning, Denny Hoover. Denny says, aren't there NFL games on Netflix on Christmas Day, which is on Wednesday? I think that is right.
Yeah.
Sorry if you already mentioned. No, we have not mentioned late getting up. I understand you're late getting up. Got no problem with it. But I do think there are Christmas Day games.
There are.
Yeah. But I didn't know it was Netflix. Is it Netflix only?
I don't know that.
You know, you gotta buy about 40 different kind of TVs if you're
Yeah,
going to watch all the
NFL
games
Netflix
this year. Getting some information here. I have to save to myself right now for that we might talk about in upcoming weeks. Buffalo 10-3. Can you believe the second place team in that division is the Miami Dolphins at 6-7? I guess playoff Stope's still alive though for those Dolphins.
Yeah.
Did you know that Tua? Did I hear this right? Tua, when he plays, he's like the most accurate passer in NFL history. Has he completed 70%? Did I hear that right? 70% since he came back from injury.
I don't know.
I hadn't heard that, but
Hey, give him time
If you heard
and
it,
keep him clean. I don't know if that's 100% true.
Probably.
Yeah. I think it was like 70% since he's back. The poor old Jets 3-10, and the Patriots right there with them. You know what the difference is between the Jets and the Patriots right now? The Patriots have a future.
Yeah.
They're young. That's what
Yeah,
I thought.
they look like they got their quarterback for the future in Drake May, and I think they'll be okay. Give them a couple
I just wonder
years
if they
and
have
they'll be a
their
playoff.
coach of the future. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Gerard Mayo.
Don't know either. Yeah,
I think it's time to bring Vrabel back.
How many years has he had? And this is Antonio Pierce. Have I got the names right, or have I got them mixed up?
That's correct.
Okay.
Pierce is the Raiders.
Pierce is the Raiders, yeah.
But he's gone now, right? They got rid of him. Gerard Mayo is the Patriots
Gerard Mayo.
coach. Yeah.
Gerard Mayo.
I said that a minute ago.
Okay, I missed it. Sorry. Gerard Mayo. What year is he in? That would be, if you've given him 3 years.
First or second.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna boot him out yet. I'm gonna give him another season.
I would, because Mike Vrabel's out there.
Yeah. I can't believe Mike Vrabel has not been hired. What are the New York teams waiting on? You know, I mean, are there going to be 2 new coaches in New York? We know there's going to be one. The Jets.
Yeah. Yes.
The Jets for sure is going to have a new head coach.
I
can't. Yeah, New York football's a joke.
Right.
You know, and that's sad. I mean,
you're in that market.
Yeah. I heard the other day that over the last 20 years, I think it is, the Jets and the Giants are the 2 losingest teams in NFL football over the last 20-year span. That's
what's going to hadn't made their longest that hadn't made the playoffs. The Jets, aren't they? How long is it?
14.
Yeah.
This is the 14th year they'll go without. I don't know if you guys ever watch Dan Le Batard. I watch Dan Le Batard some because he comes on after. The reason I watch it's because he comes on after Dan Patrick. Dan and Dan back to back there. But Stu Gott's on there is a big Jets fan, and he said he don't want Aaron Rodgers to leave because he don't want him to go somewhere else and have success. He would rather have him and him be bad than go somewhere else and have success. So, hey, I kind of understand
That sounds like the old Lefty Driesell philosophy. I'd rather have them than not. Yeah.
I guess so. But Jason says Mayo's just in his first year.
Yeah, I thought he might be his first.
Mayo's just in his first year. Pierce is in his first full year, full-time year after being well, I got new. I like both these guys as people and everything. I don't know enough about them yet as a coach, but if the Raiders can get Shador and Dion as a package deal, I think it's going to happen. You know, I think it's. They need something to shake up the whole organization for sure, because you're in Las Vegas right now. You're supposed to be Showtime, right?
Right.
And they are the dullest football team, and nobody wants to play for them right now. Nobody wants to play for them. You got Devontae Adams checked out. Even Max, the big lineman, what's his name? I want to say Freed, but that's as a pitcher. Yeah. Crosby, yes. Is it Cosby or Crosby? Either way.
I think it's Crosby.
Crosby. No kin to Bill then. Right. But they need something to bring in the fans right now. That there's as bad as Dallas for having and LA for having to fight off the visiting fans,
right?
As they are the home fans. You know, it's about 50-50 in the bleachers, if that high. Pittsburgh has had some more schedule, but they are still 10-3. It's unbelievable. Still got, I'm guessing, with their 4 games they've got left. Aren't they all division games? I think Pittsburgh.
Well, they got Philly today. Tomorrow.
Philly tomorrow, and then probably 3 division games.
2 Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals.
Oh, worse
Chiefs,
even.
Yeah.
Ravens, Chiefs. Yeah, that's a backloaded schedule if I ever seen one. Baltimore, 8-5. A lot of people had them penciled in. I don't know if they'll get there or not. They just seem to find a way to lose a game. Scott Cloninger says no sound. Anybody else having issues? Let me know if you can hear us. I want to know if you can hear us. Is it on our end or is it on Scott's end where there is no sound? And Scott can't hear me, but I would like to know which outlet he's trying to listen to us on, because there's about, what we got, Lanny, 4, 5 outlets to listen on.
Might just show up now.
I know he was hearing us earlier, but like I said, just wait and see which one
wait a minute. He's listening to the LON stream.
Okay.
Reboot the computer.
Okay. All right. There you go. Computer reboot. We'll text him that here in a minute and tell him computer reboot. Hang in there.
I have to do it when we're live.
Right. Right. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland. Is Cincinnati the most disappointing year for any team in the NFL?
Yeah,
I would say
them or Dallas.
And Dallas, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but Cincinnati to me even more so because Dallas has an excuse. You take Dak out. I know they weren't playing really well with him in there either, but you take him out, and that makes a difference. But Cincinnati's been
What about San Francisco?
Pretty healthy. San Francisco's been beat up with injuries too, but it is very disappointing.
6-8.
You go to the Super Bowl one year and you're 6-8 right now. Yeah. There are going to be some changes coming into personnel in San Francisco. I don't think they'll change coaches, but there will be some changes in personnel because that's supposed to be what's his name's forte. The guy that played for Tampa Bay for so long, John. Boy, you guys Lynch. There we go. You guys are bad as I am.
Yeah,
having a hard time.
I didn't know who you were talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know which team you were talking about.
Yeah.
Scott should be back.
Okay. You back there, Coach Cloninger? We'll see if he's got us back now on there. Just going on down the line, the NFC North is absolutely loaded. The Bears are 4-9, and everybody else is 9-4 and better.
Wow.
And I can't tell you right now that I wouldn't pick the Packers to go to the Super Bowl if I was picking today, and they're in third place in that division behind Detroit and Minnesota. So a stacked division there. Tampa Bay could win the South again. 7-6. Atlanta's only one game back, but Atlanta's just not been the same team they were at the beginning. He is back, he says. Lanny Scott is with us. And the Saints, I don't know what's going on there. Definitely going to be a new coach, right, in New Orleans because they let Allen go.
Interim coach right now.
Right now, yeah.
I don't know what the Panthers aren't playing the best in the South right now. Even their losses now, they're very competitive.
They're competitive.
And in the games. So,
what was it saying this week? Is the first time it's favored in the game since.
I can't believe they're favored. Can't believe they're favored to beat Dallas. But more Cowboy fans or Panther fans in the stadium?
That's probably 50-50 tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, if the Cowboys had a winning record, there would be more.
Yeah.
Yep. And the ticket sales would be a little more profitable too.
Right.
Talked to somebody this week, said sold his tickets and $10 more than face value. So that tells you what kind of season both of them. Basically wraps up both of them season. Right there. We appreciate you guys this morning that have contributed. We appreciate our listeners as we do each and every week. I want you guys to tell me, because I don't know, so you guys can help me. Major college basketball matchups today?
I don't know of any. I have to look.
Today, I think some Illinois, Tennessee, maybe. I did see
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Illinois is not ranked, but they're
That's a good
7-2. Gonzaga and UConn.
UConn, yeah.
That's tonight at 8.
That's tonight, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
What has UConn done since they the failure in the
meltdown in Maui.
Those are their only 3
Meltdown
losses.
in Maui.
The
I
3
like it.
losses in Hawaii. They're 7-3.
They are 7-3.
Yeah.
Have they beaten?
Yeah, they beat
They beat Baylor and Texas back to back.
Okay.
Baylor's ranked. Texas is not, but I think they're pretty good.
So
they got a real good freshman.
Will UConn three-peat?
I would take the field over UConn, but
I mean they could win, but I'm like you. I would take just because it's so. And I don't think you're seeing anything right now where teams are going to be.
Louisville and Kentucky play today.
March.
That's always fun.
That's a big rivalry.
Louisville and Kentucky.
Yeah, Louisville's not ranked, but that's still
worth
a
watching.
fun game.
Yeah, that's still worth watching. Would you
Where they play at, Brett?
Lexington,
Okay,
Rupp Arena, 5:15 today.
here's you a good question. Would you pick, if you had to pick one, would you pick UConn to three-peat or Kansas City Chiefs to three-peat? You know, both of them's got a chance, right? So, which one would you go with?
Probably the Chiefs.
Too.
Because it's guys that's been there before. UConn's, pretty new roster.
You don't have the same characters, do you? That's true.
Yeah. Well, number one, they have Patrick Mahomes. Number two, they got Andy
And the
Reid.
Chiefs probably will have to win 3 games. UConn's got to win 6.
Right.
Yeah, that is
If
true.
the Chiefs get that
And you just don't know, like I say.
first round bye.
You get a general idea who you're probably going to play in the NFL. You can kind of prep. You have no clue in the NCAA how you get paired up.
Yeah,
You just.
Well, one thing we know about the NCAA is if you have a good game with somebody early in the season, especially if they're a rival, you're likely to be in the bracket.
You're likely to be paired up with them and see them again.
Yeah, you're likely.
Exactly right.
Like,
that don't happen, but yeah, right. It does. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
They say we just.
Do you need a guess on the lyrics? Did you get a guess on the lyrics?
Give them to me again.
I'm just asking if anybody
No,
answered.
I don't think so. I got a lot of messages here. I'm glad you remind me because I forgot. Tell them to me.
Didn't know what time it was. The lights were low. I leaned back on my radio. Some cat was laying down some rock and roll. A lot of soul, he said.
I don't think I got any answers on that, and I'll guess Led Zeppelin.
No.
No. Okay. Give us another line.
I don't think
Is it the title in it?
No. Then the loud sound did seem to fade, came back like a slow voice on a wave of phase. That wasn't no DJ. That was hazy cosmic jive. I'll tell you that this song came out in the 70s. I think it said 72. There was a movie with the same title in the 80s.
Where is Hooks and Rodney and these people
And that movie starred
nail these lyrics all the time?
Jeff Bridges, who's my favorite actor. And that movie's not related to this song, but it did have the same title as this.
Was the song The Big Lebowski?
No.
That's the only thing that could come to my mind when I think about it.
Is it the Who?
No.
Well, if we don't get a guess here in just a couple minutes, you will have to spill the beans. Let's see. Ned says Louisville with their really sad jersey numbers font. Go Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't
So,
like that.
so I can't even remember what it looks
It's
like.
like UL on. I think.
Is that what it is?
I think I know.
They have a great court.
Yeah.
The court with the big cardinal on it.
Yeah.
I like the way their basketball court looks. Butch wants to know if you're going to breakfast.
So I got to go
Nope.
home.
Okay.
Sorry. Thanks.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to tell him then that.
Thanks for the invitation,
yes.
Butch. But
Yes. Understand. Family matter. Got to get one to the parade. Right?
I'll give you a hint. Solo artist.
Solo artist.
British.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
Well, and that's I did not
But
get that off of the lyrics at all. I got that because
but
you said
that don't
solo
help.
artist.
Don't help you get the song.
Yeah.
Quadrophenia.
Listen to Lenny. He's got some guesses over here.
You was talking about Bowie. What was the movie?
Well, there's
you
one
said
there-
a movie, didn't you?
Yeah, there's a movie by the same title.
Yeah, but I'm drawing a blank. Help us there, David Bowie, Mike Powell.
Yeah, he published.
He's not as Mike's not as freakish as David Bowie, but he knows a lot of David Bowie music. So put it that way. But let's see.
Don Rebels got it from the movie hint.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who's in the movie?
I told you, Jeff
Bridges.
Bridges.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Boo. Can't get it.
Don Rebels also said earlier, Travis Hunter averaged 113 snaps a game this year for Colorado.
That's unbelievable.
I went back and looked at Charles Woodson's numbers his Heisman season. He had like 200 yards receiving and another 100 rushing.
Hey, I didn't say I said it.
He didn't do much of anything on
it.
offense.
LeVar Arrington said. He was the best football player he ever saw.
You were just reporting the message.
That's right. I was just relaying the message. He was a great player, though.
Yeah, he was a
You can't
great
take
player.
that away from him.
But
He
I
was
just-
a great player in his day, and a class act.
He beat out Peyton Manning that year, I think.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what his numbers were either, but
Yep.
Starman is the song.
I've
By
heard
David
of
Bowie.
that, but I wouldn't either. And I have never heard of that
And I
as a
remember
movie.
you said Jeff Bridges. I can't remember the name.
The Starman.
I can't.
First big movies that made it.
Nah.
Not in the 80s.
Okay, number one, it wasn't a big movie because I've never heard of it. It wasn't Jaws or
Yeah, he wasn't in Jaws. I don't
Starman.
Or you
I'm
just
just saying
saying,
Jaws
yeah.
was a big movie. I mean,
think. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, one of my favorite.
Thunderbolt.
Early Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, I've not. If I've seen that, I didn't know it by title, and I probably would have at least
Yeah,
some
it's him
point.
and Clint Eastwood.
Okay,
Thunderbolt Life. Yeah.
but he is good in whatever he does.
True
Yeah.
Grit,
I
the
will say.
second version.
Yeah, he was even good in commercial. What was he advertising? Some kind of medication or something at one time. He was doing. I guess didn't he have heart issues
Yeah,
at
he's
one
had some
time?
medical
Yeah, he's had
issues,
some
yeah.
health
Uh,
He
problems.
had cancer too, I think, in some kind of.
Yeah.
Mike Powell, the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust is what he says.
That's the album.
That was that like his alter ego?
Yeah.
His a
Ziggy
stage name
Stardust
for a
and
while.
the Spiders from Mars.
That's a little. Maybe Mike is just as far out as David Bowie is as well. Once again, want to remember Mark Ludwig, assistant coach at North Lincoln, been there a long time. Lived in the Lincoln area for a long time as well. After I know Mark played football for Hal Capps. You remember Hal Capps that was head coach at Mooresville for a while. Mark played for him at, I think, Western Alamance. I know he went to one of the Alamance schools, and I think Mark played football for him over there. Then I think Western Carolina after that. And now he's a Lincoln resident and been at North Lincoln helping coach for a long time, going through quadruple bypass on Monday, if I got my number right.
This coming Monday, isn't it?
Yep. This coming Monday. And wish him the best for sure. Also, Jason has sent me, I will mention this real quick for those that don't know, a showcase basketball event today at Maiden High. Let's see, why can't I find, here we go. Starts at 12 noon, and I'm pretty sure these are all boys games.
There
Wouldn't
is a
that be
girls'
right?
game. There's at least one girls'
Oh,
game.
is there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the print is too small for me to. Yeah, now I got it. The first two games are girls. East Rutherford taking on Queens Grant starts at noon. Then at 1:30, the East Lincoln girls take on Watauga. At 3 o'clock, boys action. East Lincoln boys take on Hunter Huss. That's followed by, at this point, you can throw out those 4:30 starts because they're going to be running behind, I would guess. But scheduled at 4:30 is Bandy's taking on Kings Mountain. Lincoln at 6 o'clock will take on East Rutherford. And then the nightcap, the host Maiden Blue Devils will take on the Watauga Pioneers men's team. So a big event if you want to get out there and check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basketball games today. 2 girls to kick it off, and then 4 boys games. Pretty good competition. You get to see some good players as well in that showcase event today. We are about set to go have breakfast with our
Brunch.
friend Butch. We appreciate Lenny coming in today with us and sitting in for and Mike's halftime. Let's say a halftime
parade.
Yep. As he's going to the parade. But we appreciate you tuning in. Good luck to all the West teams going into the state championships next week. It's been a fun year to watch high school football and to watch the playoffs. We've had a blast. For Brett and Lenny and Mike, I'm David. Thanks for tuning in this morning. See you next week.